First of all, Sadie, you really get a chance to mold the character in Fear Street 2, 1978, of his character Ziggy. What did you want to bring to the character that wasn't necessarily on the page?
Um, I mean, I think when I read it, it was definitely clear that she was a very kind of aggressive and mad person. So I think I just kind of tried to find little moments here and there that would, show her true colors and show that she does have a heart and she does care really deeply. And at the root of it all, I think what I saw most in Ziggy was that she really just wanted to be heard. She wanted people to listen to her and understand her. So I tried to kind of like find little moments in that and really focus on the lighter parts of her whenever possible.
I absolutely loved Fear Street 1978. It might be my favorite out of the three. It just reminds me of that that classic horror movie stuff that we get in like Camp Crystal Lake and stuff. But can you talk to me about Ziggy and her relationship with her sister Cindy?
Yeah. So Ziggy's relationship with Sydney, Ziggy's kind of like the pessimist, and she kind of blames the shady side curse for how, terrible things seem to be in her life at the time. And Cindy is kind of trying to mask all of that and even mask the fact that she was, born in Shadyside and she's a Shadysider.
Right.
Ziggy kind of sees through that fakeness, and so they're constantly clashing. Sydney's much more of a logical thinker, and Ziggy kind of, blames the curse. And so they're just really kind of like polar opposites for the most part. And it's just kind of amazing to track their, the growth in their relationship and how, yes, they don't get along, but at the end of the day, they are sisters and they care really deeply for each other.
Right. Now, this is really the first stunt heavy role that you've done. Can you talk to me a little bit about that challenge?
Yeah. Well, when I read the scripts, I didn't realize how much stunt work there was going to be. And then of course I got there and I was like, oh wow, yeah, no, this is gonna be pretty intense. But I mean, like that, I had never done a role that physical before, and I just kind of like threw myself into it. And we had an amazing stunt team, and they were just so great throughout the entire process. And yeah, I mean, that was one of my favorite parts. And I didn't care if I was exhausted or sore the next day. Like I just really loved kind of putting it all out there.
Now, Ziggy also has a relationship and ties with Nick Good before he becomes the sheriff. Can you talk to me about their relationship in 1978 and how that kind of informs where we see Ziggy in 1974 or 1994?
Yeah. So I think what's so interesting about Nick and Ziggy's relationship is, well, he's obviously like a older camp counselor, and she's it's her last year as a camper. So the whole thing is kind of a little bit forbidden, but she's wise beyond her years, and she's had to grow up a lot faster. So I think that's what's so intriguing to her about Nick, is that he kind of really sees her, because she feels like such an outsider, but, he treats her like an adult, not like a kid, not like how her sister treats her. So, yeah, the idea of being seen and understood for the first time is that really draws Ziggy in. And then obviously their relationship in 1994 part 2, you kind of get to see how that unfolds, and how that continues on into the future. But yeah, that was I really liked seeing that side of Ziggy, the like lighter kind of giddy side of Ziggy, who just had a crush on a camp counselor.
Well, look, this film is brilliant. I can't wait for everyone to see it. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.